Hi everybody, now that you are thoroughly confused from part 1 of this series, let's take a look at some examples of using the derivative to calculate slopes of tangent lines. All right, so first thing we're going to do is remember that the derivative is the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. All right. After we go through these couple of examples, I highly recommend you going back and watching part 1 again and trying to make a little more sense of it. So with that said, let's go ahead and complete this problem. So the derivative in this particular case is the limit as h goes to 0 of the function with x plus h shoved into it. Don't forget this plus 1 because that's part of the original function, minus the whole function, which was x squared plus 1, over h. Now, we're going to evaluate this limit, but the problem is, once again, h in the denominator is a 0, so we have to do some algebra to get rid of this h. I'm going to leave you, I would like you to pause the video for a minute, work out this square, combine everything, and try to eliminate that h before anything else. Hopefully you got to this stage without too much heartache. Big part is expanding this binomial squared accurately. Don't forget about this 2xh in the middle. Once you expand it, some like terms cancel out, the x squared and the x squared, the 1 and the 1. So you're left with 2xh plus h squared down here. Factor out the common h. Divide those out, and now you're left with 2x plus h. Okay, so now what? Well, at this stage, you can directly substitute this h is 0 in to get, once again, 2x, just like we did in the first video. But it's nice to walk through another example and get a similar result. So what does that mean? It means that the derivative of the original function is 2x, which means we can stick in any value of x to evaluate the slope of the tangent line at that point. Okay, great. So let's go to here. We want the slope of the tangent line at negative 1, 2. So evaluate the derivative. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Evaluate the derivative at 2. For that one, this goes to that one. 2 times 2 is 4. Now pull up a graph of the original function and let's look at those couple of points to make sure that makes sense. So here is the graph of x squared plus 1, parabola like expected. We evaluated the derivative at this point to be the slope of the tangent line to be negative 2. Does that look like if you were to draw a tangent line right here, would it be slope of negative 2? Absolutely looks like that. If you were to draw a tangent line through this point, does it look like it would be a positive 4? Absolutely. So, again, the derivative gives you the slopes of tangent lines. Negative 2, positive 4. Let's just quickly return to this picture rather than imagining the tangent lines. This one passes through there. That slope appears to be a good negative 2, absolutely. The tangent line over here, nice positive 4, up 4 over 1. A lot easier seeing it in person rather than imagined. With that said, let's take a look at 2 more example problems. Again, I'd like you to try them on your own as best you can, but I'll help you get started, of course. So we're going to start this one. The derivative of function f is the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h. So 3x plus h squared minus 2x plus h. Don't forget to put an x plus h in every time you see an x. Whole thing over h. So expand, combine like terms, simplify as much as possible, and attempt to eliminate that h on the bottom. So why don't you pause the video and try it. So hopefully you've gotten to here successfully. If not, pause, troubleshoot. If so, let's kick her on home. So once you pull out this common h and divide it out, you're left with the limit as h goes to 0 of 6x plus 3h minus 2. Now you can plug that h equals 0 in, no harm, no foul. To get the derivative is 6x minus 2. And once again, that 6x minus 2 is going to generate tangent lines, slopes of tangent lines at any point you desire. Let's do one more example before the end of this video. Here it is. We want to take a look at just a slightly different function, and then once again give you the opportunity to look at tangent lines through given points. So take a moment. Let's get this thing set up. F of x plus h, stick the x plus h in there. Hopefully this looks pretty familiar. Going back to section 12.2 when you had to manipulate all of those radicals with evaluating limits algebraically. I did forget to stick the limit thing in here, that limit nomenclature. So I'm just going to sneak it in there, but I'll make sure to bring it through to the next step. So with that said, think about the conjugation using the, the rationalization using the conjugate here. And I'll get you started on that, and then I'll let you pause the video and see what you can come up with. So after you distribute the top and bottom, well, don't distribute the bottom. After you distribute the top, combine all the like terms. The middle term, remember, the conjugate makes the middle terms go away. So now you have just x minus x goes away. H is the only thing that remains on the top, which is convenient because it knocks out that h on the bottom. Very nice and tidy. So you're left with the limit as h goes to 0 of 1 over square root of x plus h plus the square root of x. Stick that h equals 0 in there, and we get 1 over the square root of x plus the square root of x. Anything plus itself is 2 of those things. So the derivative is 1 over 2 root x. Let's use it to find the slope of two tangent lines. The slope of the tangent line at x equals 1. 1/2. We'll take a look at a graph in just a second to confirm these two things. And then finally, do it in blue. Slope of the point there, slope through the point there rather, f prime of 4 equals 1/4. So go ahead and graph the original function, plot these 2 points, see if your derivatives, your slopes of your tangent lines make sense. So here's your function, square root of x. Here's the point 1, 1. Does the slope 1/2 look accurate? I think so. The tangent line strikes it right here. Up 1 over 2 looks pretty accurate. How about 4, 2? Here's 4, 2. Looks a little more shallow than the previous one. So up 1 over 4, does that look pretty good? 1/4? I would say so, that the slope of this tangent line is 1/4. So as a way of remembering, as a means of closing your thoughts, the derivative of a function is a new function That gives you the slope of the tangent line because of what we established in the first video with secants and tangents and all that